Well, hello, welcome to Winning with Live Video. Today, are you ready for this? We're going to be talking about how to make money from your live streams. My name's Ian Anderson-Gray, and I'm very excited to be sharing this with you today. We're going to be talking about loads of things to do with affiliate marketing, to do with brand deals, and loads more. So, should we get on with it? I think we should. Well, hello! Welcome to Winning with Live Video. My name is Ian Anderson-Gray, and I am from the Confident Live Marketing Academy. We're broadcasting live to Restream's YouTube page channel, I should say, and Restream Facebook page. So if you're watching on those, do say hello. And I'm also broadcasting on my channels too. And this is one of the amazing things about Restream. It allows you to broadcast not just to one place, but to lots of places all at the same time, so you can reach just a growing number of people. And I'm a massive believer in growing a community and growing your audience, and Restream is amazing. If you want to know more about Restream, if you want to take it for a test drive, then you can go to iag.me/Restream. Now, one of the cool things that I've been working on playing with recently is Restream Pairs. I'd love to know, if you're watching live or watching the replay, have you played with Restream Pairs? This allows you to, if you have a guest on, or even if you don't have a guest, it allows you to other people to broadcast your show to their channels as well. So this is particularly useful if you have a guest on your show, or up to 9 guests on the show if you're using Restream Studio. That allows you to then you just give your guest a link, and then they can add their channels and broadcast it out to their places as well, which is pretty awesome. So do check out Restream Pairs and Restream at iag.me/Restream. Now I have to kind of like make a bit of an apology and a confession, because I was being hyper organized today. I was going through my captions and I was adding all the things that we're going to be talking about today: tips and subscriptions and sponsorships and brand deals. And for some reason, I don't know how I did this, but I clicked the start broadcast button like 25 minutes early. So if you have been watching for the last 25 minutes, watching live, thank you so much for bearing with me. We've just been having some nice music in the background, and I've been getting to know you guys. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, it just shows you that sometimes, like, even a professional like me can get things wrong and make some mistakes. But that's the beauty of live video. We like the human side of it, and we all make mistakes, don't we? So let's see who we've got watching live at the moment. We've got now I don't know if I can actually pronounce your name. Let's have a look. So we've got, looks like One Light Year 2020 YouTube. Anyway, great to see you. And I know that you're looking that you're streaming to Omelette, Twitch, Facebook, and 3 other platforms, and I think you wanted to do a bit more. Now, the thing with Restream is it kind of depends on which plan you're on. If you're on the free plan, that's a great way for dipping your toe into the multi-streaming world, but you can't, for example, broadcast to a Facebook page on that. You have to go on one of the paid platforms. So depending on what you wanted to do, how many different places you wanted to broadcast to, will depend on the plan that you will want. But dipping your toe into the streaming world, do check out the free plan with Restream. Otherwise, there are lots of different plans going on. And if you're watching just before Black Friday, it might be a good idea for you to have a little look around Black Friday, because there are some deals coming on. That's all I'm going to say. Let's have a look. We've got, who have we got here? We've got let's see if I can pronounce your name. Abdusalam. I think I've pronounced your name right. Can I use Restream present a recorded video as a live broadcast online? If I understand you correctly, what you're wanting to do here is you're wanting to broadcast a pre-recorded video as if it were live. And absolutely, you can do that. You can definitely do that. It's very easy. All you need to do, for example, you just go into events in Restream and you do it that way. In fact, I'm wondering whether I can actually show you how to do this, because that would be cool, wouldn't it? Let's just see if I can just go over here. Oh, dear me, that's not what I want. Let's go to dashboard and let's go to events. Is that what I want? Yeah, that's what I want. And then what I want to do is that. And I'm going to share my screen so you can see what I'm on about. Chrome tab, events. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. Create event. Yeah, so what you do is you go into events and you click on the create event button at the top, and then you've got loads of different options here. For example, if you want to go live in Restream Studio, which is what I'm doing now, then you would choose the top option, Restream Studio. If you want to use a third-party tool like OBS, like Ecamm Live, vMix, that kind of thing, to stream to Restream, this is more of an advanced option, then you would choose Encoder. But what you're wanting to do is to schedule a video or stream recording live. So I'd click on that. And then what I can do, I can go and see some videos that I've already uploaded. If you want to upload new videos, then you just go to your video storage and you upload it that way. So for example, we've got a demo video there. Let's click on next. Then I can add in my title and my description. When I actually want it to go live, so I might want it to go live on Thursday, upload a thumbnail image, and then I've got the option to choose which channels I want to broadcast that to. Well, I'm not going to do that now, but that's how you do it. So I hope that helps. That's how I do it. And Jeff is saying, Jeff C is here. Great to see you, Jeff. Yeah, I thought I was super late. No, you're not. It's just, but it just shows you, and I know you agree with me on this, Jeff, that like sometimes you get things wrong, even if you've been live streaming like me for years and years and years. Reg is saying, worked for me. I don't know what you're referring to here. Timing worked perfectly. Oh, there we go. Didn't get the notice until 27 minutes later. Well, there we go. It's all good. It's all good. Well, thank you for joining me. It starts in 3, 2, 1. I love that. I love that. Great. Well, let me know where in the world you are watching from. Let me know what device you're watching on. Are you going to be watching on a device or a computer, phone? I don't know. Let me know. But I think it is time to get on with the show. And thank you, Jeff. Yeah, you're making me feel better. You can come more often. Please come more often. Yes, I've hit the go live too early as well, but like 25 minutes early. There we go. Anyway, it's great to see you all here. Let's get on with the monetization, because the thing is, like, I want to know from you watching live or watching the replay, why do you go live? Why do you bother? There are other things you can do with your life. I'm being funny here, but why do you do it? Now, it might be you just do it to connect with people. You might do it because it's fun. You might be a gamer and you might be going on and streaming and you want to connect with people, and it's just fun to do that. It's for community. It's for audience building. But it could be that you want to make some money as well. That might be your primary focus. It might be because it was a bit of fun. I enjoyed doing it. But I quickly realized after some of my blog posts became really, really popular that I could make some money out of this, and it was worth doing. And I did that from affiliate marketing. Now, you may or may not have heard of this. Affiliate marketing basically is a way of getting a cut from a company or from when somebody buys something from a company, you get a little cut if they click on your link. So, for example, if I have a blog post or a YouTube video and I'm talking about a particular brand, for example, Restream. I mean, this link here, iag.me/Restream, is an affiliate link. If you click on that and if you buy one of the paid plans from Restream, I will get a little cut from that. And that's what that's what affiliate marketing is all about. It's all about getting money when you mention a brand or a tool or anything. It could be anything. So you could be talking about fashion, talking about video, and when people click on that and they buy it, you will get a cut from it. First month, but you'll get it every month from thereafter. So if, for example, somebody clicks on your link, buy something that costs $20, $50 a month, you might get like 20% or 15% from that every month. But that will mean that you will get that every single month. And so that is recurring income. So this is why I think it's a really good idea to invest in content, evergreen content, whether that's a YouTube video, a live video, and focusing on the replay, or focusing on blog posts as well. And you can do a mixture of all of them as well, all at the same time. So affiliate marketing, I'd love to know from you what you think about that. Affiliate marketing is probably my second biggest revenue stream, I think. It works really well for me. Now, it's not something that I turned over overnight. It's something that I've invested in over years. And part of what's going to help there is having relationships with those brands as well. So I'm going to talk about that when we talk about brand deals, but that's affiliate marketing. I'd love to know from you a bit more about that. Martin is in the house. Martin Buckland, great to see you here. Why do I go live? To educate people, potential clients across the world, on executive career management. And presumably, the ultimate aim for you, Martin, is, yes, you're wanting to educate people and you're wanting to give back to people, but presumably part of that is, you've mentioned potential clients. So it's a way for brand awareness and for people to learn about you and know about you and potentially sign up with you. That's part of it, I assume. So that's cool. Right. The next thing is YouTube monetization. So if you on YouTube, once you reach a certain kind of number of watch hours and subscribers, you can basically sign up for monetization. Then this means that YouTube will put ads on your videos and you will get a cut from all of those. Now, the minimum for this, you need to have at least 1,000 subscribers. That's not really the big one. The big number that a lot of people struggle with when they're first starting is the number of watch hours. You need 4,000 watch hours. And so what you need to do is just find out how many watch hours you've got and then work at increasing that. Now, live video is a great way to increase the number of watch hours, because this show, for example, is an hour long. And so if I had 4,000 people watching this, then I would make my and they watch the whole thing, then I would make my watch hours. But yeah, you just need to be posting regular content on YouTube every single week, I would recommend. And then you can get to YouTube monetization. Now, this is not something that you're going to make lots and lots of money with to begin with, unless you're going to get a big number of watch hours. But it's great once you've started on your journey and you've got YouTube monetization. There are loads of other things that you can do. For example, tips. Now, when you reach 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and you have monetization enabled, you can apply for super chats. Now, this is really cool. This is for when you've got going live on YouTube. You can have super chats enabled. And what happens here is that people can pay money for their comment to rise up to the top so that you can see it. And this is a way for them to give money to you because they're thankful for your content and things like that. So it's a great way for you to increase the amount of kind of, what am I trying to say here? community feel with your audience, and they can ask you those really vital questions that they want to ask you. So Super Chat, it's a bit difficult to get to if you're just starting off because you need 10,000 subscribers, but it's well worth doing. And I wonder whether there's anyone watching who has played around with Super Chats, because it is cool. Yeah, it is 4,000 watch hours. It's quite a lot if you're just starting out, but don't be dismayed. Don't be dismayed. Now, there's a great app called, what's it called again? It's called YT Tracker, YouTube Tracker. And what you can do here is, so for example here, it will actually show you, is that going to go in focus? There we go. And so I'm actually kind of, my watch time is actually quite low at the moment. But come on, get in focus. But what it does is it will tell you how many subscribers you've got and how many hours of watch time you need to get to monetization. So now David Hunt says you don't need to have 10,000 to get Super Chat. So that might be, has that changed recently? I thought it was, last time I checked, it was 10,000 followers or subscribers. Let me know if that's changed. It might have changed. So back in 2019, it did say that you needed 10,000 followers, but maybe you know something that I don't know. And David Hunt, it says in the USA and on mobile. So I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, but as far as I know, that's what you need unless anything's changed. Okay, cool. Of course, the other thing is, as well as YouTube, you might not be kind of massively into YouTube. There's Facebook have stars. Now, I've not got access to stars. As far as I can tell, this is only available in a few countries in the world. I'm based in the UK, so I've not been able to play around with this too much. But you need to apply, first of all, to the Insider program, and then you can sign up for Facebook stars. And this, again, gives people the ability to tip you while you're going live, and it's just to kind of share a bit of love with you as well. So Super Chats on YouTube and Facebook stars on Facebook. So definitely check those out. Cool. David is watching in the USA and watching on mobile. Great to see you, David. Hope you're doing really well. Thank you for your contributions to this. Let's look at the next one then. So we looked at affiliate marketing, we've looked at YouTube monetization, and we've talked about tips as well. And I'd love to know from you, are you using any of these in your live strategy? Are you using monetization? Are you doing any affiliate marketing? And are you doing any tips? Now, for me at the moment, absolutely affiliate marketing is my big thing. YouTube monetization may be in the future, but currently it's those at the moment. Now, if you have a YouTube channel and it's becoming more and more popular, you can have something called the channel membership program. So on YouTube, as you know, everything is accessible for free. You know, you can watch any YouTube video you want, with the exception of videos that are in the channel membership program. So there might be a YouTube channel that you absolutely love, and they have some special videos that are only available to subscribers. So you might pay, I don't know, $1, $2 a month for this, and that gives you access to watch those videos. So this is a way for you as a YouTube channel owner to make money from your YouTube channel in addition to monetization. This is separate to that. Now, a lot of people that I know, a lot of creators have been using other services like Patreon. So Patreon allows you to set a kind of a tier. It could be like $1 a month, $5 per month, $10 per month. And for paying that, you unlock certain certain things. So for example, it could be some unlisted videos on YouTube, some special videos, private videos that no one else will be able to see. So that's a similar thing to the membership program. But Patreon allows you to build a community, a paid community, and allows people to give back to you for what you create. So that is Patreon and the YouTube channel membership. And I've definitely played around with Patreon. I pay subscriptions for some creators that I love on Patreon. I love it. Bobby is asking a question. How do you monetize on Restream? Now, Restream itself isn't a monetization platform. Restream is a broadcasting service. It allows you to broadcast to Facebook, to YouTube, to LinkedIn, to Twitter, to Amazon Live, and all these different channels. And then it's up to you to find ways to monetize, whether that's affiliate marketing, whether that's through brand partnerships and that kind of stuff. And that's what we're talking about in this show. It's up to you. You've got the full flexibility to do that. And yeah, One Light has been on Patreon since February 2021. Awesome. I love Patreon because it's just a way to give back to the creators that I really, really love. And so and also you can join communities, because often they'll have community either in Patreon itself, or some channels will actually have a Discord server as well that you can join, and you can be in that community as well. Cool. Right, what's next? So we talked about tips, we talked about subscriptions and other services. Let's talk about sponsorships. Now, sponsorships, it becomes a little bit more difficult, because this really depends on a few things. Now, a lot of people think that in order to get a sponsor, you need to have loads and loads of subscribers on YouTube, or loads of downloads on your podcast, or lots of watch times on your live videos. But actually, although that can be true and it's easier in a way, it's really down to relationships with brands. If they see value in what you are doing, they may be willing to sponsor you. Now, when I first started with my podcast and my live show, I didn't really have very many downloads or views at all, because it was brand new. But I had built relationships with quite a few brands, 2 or 3 brands, who really were interested in what I was doing and wanted to sponsor my show. Now, that could be sponsoring you in the traditional sense, i.e. giving you like a one-off fee for 2 or 3 months, or it could be that they are giving you something in return. It could be like they're giving you a free tool or a free plan or something like that. But this is really down to relationships, I think. Build those relationships and deliver and show them what value you are going to give in return. And if you're just starting out, what I would say to you is you need to kind of share with the brand what your aim and your goals are, and also how you're going to get there. So for me, it was a new show, but my aim was for this to grow and grow, and for it to be repurposed into a blog post and to a podcast as well. So it's important that you share that with the brands that are going to sponsor you as well. And this is really down to relationships. Now, if you do have a lot of people watching you live, or listening to your podcast, and reading your blog posts, then it becomes easier, because you can actually then work with companies that will find a sponsorship for you. Now, I don't particularly like that, because I like to have relationships with the companies that I work with. But you've got that option. One final thing on sponsorships, which I think is really important. Remember, the most important person who is involved with your live show. It's not you, and it's not your sponsor. It's actually your audience, and you've got to deliver value to them. So I see this a lot on YouTube. There's a lot of companies out there that will sponsor YouTube channels, and there's just not a good synergy. It's just not a good mix. So make sure that the company or the brand that is sponsoring your show makes sense and is valuable to your audience. At the end of the day, You want to keep your audience happy. You want to give value to them. And also that's important for the brand who's sponsoring you. It's got to be a good fit. And it's ethically as well. It's got to be something that you're happy with. So think about that when you're finding a sponsor. Find something that maybe it could be a tool. It could be some gear that you really love and that you're already using. And then reach out to the potential sponsor and see if they're wanting to sponsor your show. So that's another thing. And in terms of how that will work, usually they will sign up for 2 or 3 months, and then you'll just have a little chat to see how things are going, and then you can extend that. That's the way I tend to work. I work in 3 months that way. So thank you, Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but you are saying the stream is looking really great. That's what we like to hear. That's awesome. Now, this is great from Bobby. Did you know Mixcloud is doing the same thing? Tips on their live streaming on their platform. Mixcloud is really cool. I love Mixcloud. It's particularly good for musicians and DJs because it allows you to play music without worrying about the licensing, because they sort out all the licensing for you. So I'm not sure where that is. Are they doing a live stream at the moment? Or maybe you can tell me a bit more about Mixcloud, because I haven't used Mixcloud for a little bit, but I really like what they're doing. Do you have a Twitch channel? Yes, I do have a Twitch channel. It's IAGDOTME is my username on there. I probably need to change that to Confident Live. I'm not a massive Twitch user, but I do use it from time to time. And Twitch has got loads of really cool monetization features as well. They've got their own tipping features and things like that. In fact, what is it called? Let me just find out what they're called on Twitch. I think they're called bits. So that's their virtual, it allows viewers to cheer using bits, and that the bits are the platform's virtual currency. So if you are an affiliate, Twitch affiliate or a partner, then you get about 0.01 dollars or bits. No, 1 cent per every bit viewer when cheering. So it's not mega, but if you've got a large audience, then it's worth looking at. So yeah. Christmas Clatter is here. Hello, and you've got Christmas trees. I'm not quite ready for Christmas yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting excited. So great to see you. Good Girls Guide is here. Hello, and Bobby is saying, I was told that my YouTube channel that I could not monetize the video because the copyright music I play won't allow me. And yeah, so we should talk briefly about that, Bobby. Thank you for that, because you need to be really careful when you play any kind of copyrighted material on YouTube, because if the copyright owner claims that, then they will do a number of things. They will either not allow you to monetize it, they will get the money instead of you, which is kind of fair enough, or they will actually ask you to remove it or replace it with something else, with silence. So you do need to be careful with that. And what I would suggest that you do is, if it's music, use a service like Epidemic Sound, where you know that the music is all, you've got a license for that. And you could, with Epidemic Sound, you actually add your YouTube channel to Epidemic Sound and it will automatically clear that for you. So just be very careful with that. I've had issues in the past when it comes to that, and I think you need to be careful. So Bobby, I hope that helps. It won't help you with your previous videos, but for other stuff, I hope that will help. Good Girls Guide is saying, are you talking about podcasting or vlogging? How do you get guests? We're talking about monetizing your live streams. And yes, we've talked about podcasting or turning your live streams into podcasts, repurposing. That's what we talked about last week. And so if you're interested in that, then do check out last week's show or last week's episode. But with Restream, you can easily turn your live show into a podcast. You just download the MP3 or download the audio, turn it into an MP3, upload it as a podcast. Now, how do you get guests? That's a very cool question. And I think this is, again, back to my relationships thing. For my show, for my Confident Live marketing show, I rarely have an issue with guests because I have a big list of relationships or people that I've known over the years who I want to have on my show. I've still got about 50 people on my list who I want to add onto my show. So I think it depends on what your show is about. And so what I would suggest that you do is make a list of, have 3 different topics that you want to talk about. So for my show, it would be tools and gear, so the tech side of live streaming, confidence and mindset, that side of live video, and then also content and marketing. So then it makes it a lot easier for me to know the kind of people that I want to invite onto my show. And then it's a case of then trying to do some research and finding the people that you want on your show. If you've got any more specific questions, then let me know. But I'd love to help you. And you're in Wolverhampton, is that right? Wolverhampton crew. Great to see you. IAG DOT. Oh, not quite. So it's IAG DOTME is my username, and that's basically it's my website. So IAG DOTME is how you spell it. Bobby is asking a question. What is better, to post, upload, or go live and post it to your social media platforms? Well, it kind of depends on what you're wanting to do. So I love going live first and posting that to my social media platforms. So broadcasting it to all to my social media platforms. But there are pros and cons. So one reason why I love live video is it's a perfect antidote to perfectionism. I'm a recovering perfectionist. So for example, today, going live at 5 p.m., I knew that I needed to prepare and plan for it. And at 5 p.m., I was going live. Okay, I know I kind of went live 25 minutes earlier than I should have done today. But anyway, yeah, it's I think that's really important to think about making it as easy as possible for you to create that content. So I like to go live, to schedule it in advance. And the thing about live video is it's never going to be perfect. You know, I've stumbled over my words today. I went live early, but what you're getting today is the real me. This is the real Ian Anderson Gray. This is me. And you may not like that, but I think people really like the human side, the human side of video and live video in particular, because I can't hide. What you're seeing now is me. And so that's why I would go live first and then repurpose later. So you could then, just take the middle section out and make that into a YouTube video. We've talked a lot about that in previous episodes about the power of repurposing. I think that live video is the perfect repurposing machine, repurposing content machine, and I'd highly recommend that. Yeah. Right, what's next? Let's have a look. So we've talked about tips, we've talked about subscriptions, we've talked about other services, and we've talked about sponsorships as well. So far, which ones of those are you interested in utilizing? Is it the sponsorships? Is it tips, subscriptions? I'd love to know. A lot of people will ask me, how much do sponsorships cost? What should I be charging? And that's a really difficult question to answer because it really depends on so many different things. You need to find out what value, or work out what value you're going to give to your potential sponsor, and then work out how much you feel that should cost. And do some research as well. I can't tell you how much that will be because it really will depend on where you live, the industry that you're in, how much expertise you have, how popular you are as well. Are you, how much of an influencer are you? Think about it that way. Okay, the next big one are brand deals. Now, this is kind of similar to sponsorships, but this is slightly different. A brand deal is where you basically become like an influencer or an ambassador for their brand. So Restream, for example, I'm an ambassador for Restream. I don't work for Restream, but I love Restream. I was using their service before I became an ambassador. But because of all the content that I've created, the value that I give, I was then able to become a brand ambassador for Restream. But you could be, for example, you could be massively into Sony cameras, and you've created videos on that, you blog posts, and you have become an authority on Sony cameras. Then you might then be able to reach out to Sony, or maybe Sony will reach out to you and you become a brand ambassador for them. Now, in that case, how's that going to work? Well, you need to talk with the brand and come up with a solution that's going to be helpful for them and helpful for you. What's the brand wanting to do? So for example, there is a company, a microphone company called, what are they called again? The Samson, Samson. And they have brought out a microphone this year called the Q9U. Now, I love their microphones. I've used their Q2U before. Now, I'm not a brand ambassador, by the way, for Samsung. But if I'd created loads of content on the Q9U microphone, and people are coming to me because they see me as an authority when it comes to microphones, then potentially I could form a brand relationship, a brand deal with Samsung, for example. And the way that could work is they pay me upfront, they pay me for content that I create, they pay me a monthly fee. It could be lots of different things that you could do. So brand deals are really cool and a great way to build relationships with brands that you already love. And I think that's the important thing. I think it needs to be a brand that you already love or use or would use and is kind of aligned with your brand. This is where I see some influencers not doing a great job with their community because they join with a company or a brand, or they use a tool that they're not particularly, they never talked about before, or they actually probably wouldn't recommend, but because they're getting paid, they're going to do it. And that is not good. And that's not something that I would ever do. I would only ever go into a brand deal with a company, a brand that I actually really believe in and love. So that is brand deals. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that when it comes to live shopping in a minute. So Good Girls Guide is asking a question. Sponsorships, can you create ads for your sponsor and pop in the video or banner? Great question, great question. So for my show, so if it's just a live show, then you want to think about where in the show you want to put it. So is it going to be what's called a pre-roll, a mid-roll, or a post-roll? Now, in my live shows, they're always mid-rolls. What I mean by that is you could just right at the start, a pre-roll is right at the start. This show is sponsored by Restream, okay? Right at the start. That would be the pre-roll. And the post-roll is obviously at the end. I prefer in my live shows to make them a little bit more organic, if that's the right word. And so I will just introduce myself and I'll just say, this show today is sponsored by Restream. Actually, this show isn't sponsored by Restream. It's just powered by Restream. And we're broadcasting to Restream's channels, just so that you know. But that's the way I would do it. And sometimes I can have some pre-recorded stuff. So yes, you could create an ad, a pre-recorded video. That's something easy that you can do in Restream Studio. Just put the ad, put the video in there, and then you could just go to that and do it that way. So that's something that you could do, or a banner. But you need to be really clear with the sponsor what it is that you're going to do. So usually they'll say, we'll pay you for a sponsor slot, a 20 or 30 second sponsor slot every episode or every second episode, and it needs to be within the first 10 minutes, so you can be quite specific that way and do it that way. Now with podcasts, you can do it quite easily using a service like Captivate. You can actually put the you can It sounds like it's to do with gaming, and I don't do a huge amount of gaming, to be honest, but I'd love to know. My son's massively into gaming, and so let me know. Cool. Now what's happening here? Let's okay, so the next one, let's talk about merch. So this probably only going to be a thing once you start to build a community, but why not have your own merch? I think this is going to be really cool because this is something that I've been thinking about. So you could have, for example, t-shirts or caps or water bottles or whatever, this kind of thing. Now I've just done this recently. Let's have a look. Stop my screen sharing. Let's re-add it. Press So where's it gone? There we go. Okay, so I've got some t-shirts here that you can buy. It's at pressandsew.com/confident live. Let me just put that in the comments so that you can see it. Yeah, hopefully you can still hear me. I think Good Girls Guide said volume is gone, but it's back apparently, so that's good. Yeah, so this is my merch store. So I've got some t-shirts, got some caps. It's not a huge amount there, but I'm just starting small, and I love it. I think this is a great way to create some value for your community. So I'm not sure so apparently something was muted at one point and I lost your message. So I'm not sure which bit I said. Was it about, it might have been about what you were saying about Omelette, which is, I actually don't know what Omelette Arcade is. I assume it's something to do with gaming. I don't do a huge amount of gaming. So let me know. I'd probably feel really stupid admitting I don't know what that is. But yeah, I'd love to know. Yeah, so merch, and you can do this. There are loads of places that you can do this really easily. There's what's it called again? Printful is one. Yeah, Printful. So let's just put this on the screen. Is one example. There we go. Printful is one example. So that's printful.com, and this allows you to create your own t-shirts or mugs or whatever you want, and you can sell them. You can even add them to the likes of your Facebook page and do cool things like that. So that is a great way to create stuff that you can sell, that you can monetize. So yeah, that's our merch. So that brings me on to two final things, and these are probably my highest form of revenue. So I've got affiliates, but courses and coaching and consultancy. So we've got courses first, and then we've got coaching and consultancy. So the thing is, you have knowledge that somebody else wants. And so why not create a course or teach people via coaching or consultancy? So, and then then you can get paid for your knowledge. So what I suggest here is to just create something really super simple, and you don't need to charge very much for it. It could be like $10, but just start to create some mini courses using tools that are like things like Thinkific are good. There's LearnDash on your WordPress website. There are loads of different services out there that will allow you to create courses quickly and easily. And actually what I did with my first course back in 2016, which was on OBS Studio, I just recorded 12 short YouTube videos, put them on my website. They were all unlisted, and I just got people to pay me via PayPal, and then I gave them access to that. So it doesn't need to be complicated. You can keep it really, really super simple. With coaching and consultancy, you need to find a way for people to be able to book some time with you. And I recommend a tool called Calendly. Calendly is really cool. It allows you to, let's just see if I can show you this, just to book some time with you. And you can even actually get people to pay you via Calendly as well, I believe. So let's go on to this. Calendly. Calendly.com is really cool. So definitely check that out and start putting your link out there and tell people how you can help them. So this is something that I've been doing for ages. I help people launch a successful live video show and be able to repurpose it into a podcast. So I've got the consultancy, I've got the coaching with the mindset and that type of thing. So definitely check that out. That's at calendly.com with the coaching and consultancy. Okay, let's have a look here what Bobby says. So what better to tell people when you are live streaming to share the stream or add the web links so people can see your live videos? What better to tell people when you're live streaming? So what I would suggest is make sure that you schedule your live streams in advance. Now with YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, they will give you a link that you can then share out elsewhere. So I would then, say for example, I'm going live next Tuesday, I will have a link to Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And then I can share that in my newsletter. So I might have subscribers to our newsletter. I can send that out on social, for example, on Facebook or Twitter. I can say I'm going live next Tuesday, tell people about it and do it that way. So yeah, add the web links. Web links, what I mean by that is the scheduled events. And you can do that in Restream. Just go to restream.io and then go to events, create an event, and then you'll be given the links to Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, wherever you're going live. And then you can then share that with people so that they can see your live video. Don't forget about email, because email is still incredibly powerful. David is saying, I believe that once you're in the YouTube partner program, you're able to get super chats with 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours. I'll have to look into that. Thank you for that, David. I just assumed, so maybe things have changed, but last time I checked, it was you had to have 10,000 for super chats, but maybe they've changed that. Thank you, David, for that. And that is from the YouTube Creator Academy. So thank you. Obviously, things have changed. It's annoying when that happens. You think you know something, and then like 5 minutes later, YouTube changes it. Let me know what you were talking before about. What was that about omelette? Because I'd love to know what that is. Cool. Well, I think we've gone through most things. I think I've gone through everything that I want to go through. We've talked about affiliate marketing. I highly recommend going into affiliate marketing. Oh, actually, there is one other thing that I forgot to talk about. Really important. I'm glad I remembered. Then there's YouTube monetization, which I think is important too. Tips as well. So you've got super chats and Facebook stars, subscription based as well. You've got other services like Patreon, sponsorships, brand deals as well, merch, selling your own stuff, courses, and of course, coaching and consultancy. So the other thing that I almost forgot, I don't know where it is on here. The other thing, of course, is shopping. Let me just put this on here. So live shopping is going to be a really big thing in 2022. And this is why I wanted to leave this to last. You may have heard of Amazon Live. Amazon Live is only available in the US, so Amazon.com. But if you are outside of the US, you can still apply to be a creator on Amazon Live. This means that you can broadcast to Amazon Live and you can add products that you are then able to talk about, but the products will appear just below your live stream. And if people click on that and buy anything within that first 24 hours, you will get a cut from that, which is really amazing. So that is one way of making money, becoming an affiliate, but also applying for Amazon Live. So Amazon Live is really, really cool. And it's something I'm going to be investing a lot more time in. Also, recently, YouTube has basically said they're launching YouTube Live Shopping, which is a similar service that will allow you to make money talking about products directly in YouTube. So I'm very excited about that. I think YouTube is going to be a massive player in this. So 2022 is going to be the year, in my opinion, of live shopping. Amazon Live, YouTube Live, and Facebook they haven't really kind of got something exactly like this. They've got shopping, but it's not kind of integrated so much with live yet. But yeah, live shopping is really, really cool. Yeah, let's have a look what Bobby's saying. I share my live streams on Mixcloud and BandLab. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, so now, as far as I'm aware, on Mixcloud, you can't schedule in advance, but you could certainly share your Mixcloud account. So definitely check that out. And Light is saying, I also recommend using Omelette Arcade on the Omelette Plus plan if you want to go live on all your platforms. To go live on Restream and other platforms, go to Omelette Arcade. Now paste your Restream link and stream key. Wow, okay, so I'm going to have to check. I don't know about that, but it looks like you can use that with Restream, which is cool. And Good Girls Guide says your own product or an affiliate product. Is this with Amazon? So with Amazon, this is other products. If you do have your own shop on Amazon, then you could sell your own products. But I probably would recommend working with a brand ambassador for you who can go live on Amazon and mention your products and work that way. I think because they're going to probably do a better, not necessarily a better job, but they're going to have more experience with it than you just starting and doing it that way. I don't know whether that's what you're talking about there, but yes. I think that's it. I think that's it for what we talked about today. So I don't know whether there are any other questions, any questions to do with Restream or making money. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. I'm going to take a little drink here because my voice is starting to go. And just before we finish, I'd love to know if you are thinking about going to any events next year in 2022. I'm looking at going to a few events, particularly in the US and the UK. I'm looking forward to that. Let me know if you're going to anywhere next year. And Good Girls Guide is saying, yes, it's going to be like QVC everywhere. And it's so true. Yeah, so QVC, I don't know what they're going to be doing, but I think have a real look at Amazon Live. And to find out more about Amazon Live, you need to go to amazon.com/live. The first thing you need to do is apply to be a creator. And it's becoming more and more difficult. They're not bringing everyone in, but they're basically wanting to know that you are going live regularly. They want to see that you have a following either on Instagram or Facebook. And so, but then you can apply, you can become a rising star, which allows you then to start broadcasting to Amazon Live. The way it works is you can broadcast from Restream Studio. You have to add in the special RTMP key. So you basically get that from the Amazon Live Creator app on your phone, and then you just paste that into Restream, and you can then stream directly to Amazon Live, which is really, really cool. Now, Amazon Live, I have got a whole blog post and show about this. If you are interested in finding out more about this, you can find out more here, more about Amazon Live. What have I done? Don't do that. More about Amazon Live here. I just put the camera off. It's not my day today, is it? So yeah, do check that out, that blog post. It tells you all about it. It's also a podcast and a live show. I interviewed an expert on Amazon Live called Chris P. Giles. He's a really cool guy. So definitely check that out. And final question, I think, just before we finish, from Jason. Thank you, Jason, for your question on YouTube. I'm just starting out streaming. I create electronic music. Awesome. I'm massively into electronic music. I'd love to hear your stuff. How do I get a solid follower list? Also donations, tips on setting up layout. I'm thinking about going on Fiverr for serious help. Yeah, I think I would recommend going to somewhere like Fiverr to get some help with branding. I don't know whether you've got, like, for example, on your YouTube, have you got like a really cool avatar? Have you got like a channel art, that kind of thing? I think it's worth spending. You don't have to spend a huge amount of money on it. There's some really talented people on Fiverr, and just get them to go in and update things for you and to get you nice branded stuff. However, honestly, I think it's what's more important is just creating content that people really like and just to be really engaged with your audience. So live video is great, build a community, but then have a place that people can go to. Where is the place that people can join your mailing list? That could be Patreon, but to begin with, you need a free place. So I would say that have a website and have a place where people can sign up for your newsletter. Don't forget about email. Email, the great thing about email is that it's a platform that you own. Whereas on Facebook, I mean, your Facebook page could go down or whatever. Whereas your email, you own that list. So something like MailChimp.com is a free newsletter service. You could check that out. But yeah, I hope that's helpful. There's so much more that we could talk about. And if you want to reach out to me later, let me know, Jason. I hope that is helpful. Caesar is asking a question. Can I put on Restream a video that I already made in another software and put it on Facebook using Restream? You can. So it depends on what you want to do. So obviously on Facebook, you could just upload the video directly. It would become a pre-recorded video. That's one way of doing it. The other way is Facebook gives you the option of a premiere, so basically that will broadcast as if it was a live video. It will say premiere at the top. But what Restream does, it gives you the ability, you can upload the video to Restream and then you can then broadcast that out as a live video, either a scheduled one in advance or straight away. And so I would probably do it that way. Definitely check that out. Thank you, Lightyear. What's the link to your Facebook channel? My Facebook channel is the same kind of thing. It is facebook.com/IAGDOTME. It'd be great to connect with you. Hope you're doing really well. Well, I think that is it for today. I think I need to rest my voice. I need to get a bit of dinner. I need to get over the fact that I started 25 minutes early. Thank you so much for sticking with me today. I hope you found it really helpful. And if I can help you in any other way, when it comes to monetization or live streaming, I'm here every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. in the UK. That's 6 p.m. Central European time. That's 12 noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific. I'm here to answer your questions, and I'll be here next week with another Winning with Live video show. And until next time, I encourage you to win with live video. I'll see you soon. Toodaloo. Bye.